So next, we're going to have a very exciting session. I would like to call upon Romy Chug onto the stage. Romy is the co-founder of Sparet. Romy is a designer by heart, a brand man by passion, and a marketeer by common sense. That's what his LinkedIn profile says. He's an entrepreneur who is results oriented, a marketeer, a starter, a senior management executive with a broad range of planning, business creation, and development skills, as well as strategic and conceptual expertise with demonstrated ability as a problem solver. Uh, Basically, Sparet is an integrated platform for the B2B automotive aftermarket. The platform connects and enables discoveries and simplifies transactions across the entire automotive aftermarket ecosystem, right from workshops to manufacturers, distribution to retailers, and this is a one-stop solution for the aftermarket. So, but more importantly, Romy is going to talk a little bit about startup and Rev, and he's going to emphasize a lot more on the collaboration with the ecosystem, which is going to be the force multiplier for this particular domain. And he's going to also emphasize a little bit on the coming together of the students, the researchers, the innovators, the supply chain, and the investors. And that is what is going to make this space very successful. So over to you, Romy. Thank you. You have that?
Thank you, Sham. Thank you for that introduction. And Jose, we don't have 9 minutes per startup. We are doing a collaborative ride. That's what we are here for. So we've kind of decided to do a collaborative presentation with everybody on the team here, right? What is Startup and Rev? Startup and Rev is an initiative by Made in India startups, which encourage young minds to become job creators more than just job seekers. How are we planning to do this, right? A bunch of guys, very ambitious guys, a team came together and said, let's look at sustainability and see if that can be a route of encouraging entrepreneurs of the future, students in various colleges across the country, to be part of this entrepreneurship bandwagon. We met Orha, India's first naked EV performance bike. Please welcome Ranjita. She's the founder of Orha. Then we met Sparet. I think Prashant. Prashant, are you here? Prashant is here. He's my founder of Sparet, and he's right here. Please come up on the stage. And of course, then we have Samir from Charger, which is the charging infrastructure partner. Samir, where are you? Please come. Please come on stage. We have the riders, the evangelists. John, are you around? John, please come on stage. He's from Brigade Reap, which is the incubation for startups. We also have, I think, Karan from Your Story. Are you here, Karan? Please come up on stage. And of course, save the best for last, we have Pratap and Saurav from Pothole Raja. Please come up on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are in extremely esteemed and elite company. Please give them a big hand because they're trying to do something which is not attempted before. What are we trying to do, right? We are trying to have a project and build India's, or rather the world's first EV ecosystem. When we talk about EV ecosystem, the first thing that comes to our minds is anxiety. What are the different kinds of anxiety that one talks about when it comes to EV ecosystem? The first thing is range. Kitna deti hai? I think that's still the same old question from petrol to diesel to electric, right? What is the range on my electric vehicle? Is it 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers? I don't know. So that's the first thing. The second thing is performance. While we know that the faster you go, I think the battery drains out. Ranjita, please, you have to correct me there. But all of us are adrenaline junkies, right? We want to rev it, go as fast as possible. So what's the performance on these EV vehicles? The third one is, do we have charging infrastructure across the country? Do we have it in cities? Yes and no, right? So hence we have partners like Samir's Charger, which is setting up charging points across the country and across various cities. And finally, that's where we come in, service. It's a great myth when somebody says electric vehicles do not need servicing. Believe me, we've worked on 500 bikes. We have to go back and do those goddamn bikes every single month. It's crazy. Have you come across a situation when a rider is riding an EV from a fleet, the bike just splits into two? Come on, no OEM even thinks about it, right? You know why? It's because the bike has got 200 kgs weight anyways, but as I think the previous speaker spoke about it, they keep loading on more than what it's capable of. They keep revving it every now and then, and I think that's the wear and tear kicks in faster. So probably you have to have 12 years as warranty rather than 6 years of warranty in place, right? So that's why guys like us, Spared comes on board, where we are building the largest network of garages which are EV ready across the country. And together, we are building this ecosystem. I think this deserves an applause. What is this startup and rev initiative that we are doing? We've codenamed this as Bharat Mala, right? What is this? It's a Made in India startups initiative. 2 riders on the Orha electric vehicle is going to do the circumference of the entire country. It is going to break the world record, provided we are successful. I'm quite sure we are going to be successful. The world record today, a Guinness World Book of Records, is 12,379 kilometers on an electric vehicle. If we are successful, we'll actually be covering 14,500 kilometers on this journey. It's going to be using charging points, on-road available charging if set up by Charger. It's going to prove roadworthiness of the bike, and also if we are in the right business of making garages EV ready. So we are going to become their service partners across the country. This is the Bharat Mala. We are 2 EV bikes, 14,518 kilometers, 316 hours, starting I think around 4th of Feb, John. 54 different stops across the country. 25 different colleges is where we're going to go and talk about the EV ecosystem. We're going to talk about the startup journey. And of course, 7 different collaborators. What's the purpose? I think the first and most, let's remove the elephant in the room, right, is we want to get rid of this entire EV anxiety. What we've realized over the last few months of working together is that this industry, the EV segment, everybody comes in and says, we want to build this, we want to build that. But the problem is everyone's building it in silos. Nobody's collaborating and doing things. I think collaboration only has one way to move forward, and that's onward and upward. I think that's something which we are trying to establish, that this industry will probably not make a large enough dent for adoption unless it's not done collaboratively. So this is what Bharat Mala is trying to do. The second thing is establish road safety. I think that's where Pothole Raja as a company comes in. Sustainability in terms of what kind of materials get in to fill the roads, what kind of material gets in to fill batteries, recycling plastic waste, and also encouraging participation by people like us as early adopters to see how we can actually take road safety to the next level. And of course, that's where Brigade Reap and everybody else comes in, is we want to make our students job creators. Everybody has an entrepreneurial mindset. I don't think anybody is born without one. I think with just the right amount of push and nudge, I think people will actually get onto this fairly quickly. We have to excite them. They are young minds. I think all of us on the stage, barring Ranjita and a few others, are above 40, right, John? Yeah, so I think we're still young, but still I think that's what it is. and Ranjita is called auntie of the group for a lot of other reasons. She's probably the most educated person on this panel. So John and Gautam are the 2 riders who are going to literally test their backsides on this 14,000 kilometers. Right? Gautam was not around, but I think he was here. These are the collaborators. Ranjita, I think you're missing your partner, man.
Yeah, let's call him in. Prajwal, can you come in?
Prajwal, can you please come in? Guys, that's the bike.
Okay, so that's the Mantis, guys. It's the early prototype. It's not the launch version. Prajwal, come.
Good.
You're going to pull up up the slide on the
Technical
Mantis.
specs are on the screen, I think.
Yeah. So this is the Mantis. The Mantis is going to be India's first naked sports electric motorcycle. It has the complete system from the wheels to the dashboard, from the headlamp to the tail lamp. Everything has been designed and built by us in-house. We are Aura Energies. We started the company in 2015. We've rapidly gone through multiple iterations of the motorcycle itself. We've explored trellis frame, cast frame, composites, honeycombs, all of that, which comes from my CTO and my co-founder's experience in both aerospace and in defense. What's cool about the Mantis itself, and this is not the launch version is what you see on the screen. A 15 kilowatt motor with a peak of 28 kilowatt, what means is that you have 300 Newton meters of torque at the wheel, a liquid cooled motor, completely in-house built electronic systems, the drive-by-wire systems, the vehicle control unit, all of it is done by us in-house. The critical part is range, as we were talking. We finished the performance anxiety, the range anxiety, of course. The Mantis will give you 200 kilometers of real range. What that means is, in normal city driving conditions, you will have 200 kilometers. And that's because we have a 9 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is the largest in this segment. So we're targeting the 250 to 300 cc category of motorcycles. And the 9 kilowatt hour battery is the largest in this segment. So that's the Mantis. And that's what motivated John and Gautam to pick this up for their crazy, crazy ride. Yeah.
Do you believe that all this rattling of specs comes from a biotech engineer and has 11 years in pharma? That's crazy, right? Moving on. Spare it, right? I'll have my founder, Prashant, talk a little bit about the company. Prashant has got 25 years of experience, hands-on automotive experience. He has sold spares, lubricants, had a store on JC Road, done a lot of things, been CNF for various companies, worked with a lot of automotive companies, had a online garage model himself, similar to other companies that we know. And one fine day, he just said, do hell with it, man. I need to make a difference in the world. Shut the damn brick and mortar store and got onto Spare It bandwagon, right, Prashant? And dragged me along with the damn journey, right? Please, say a few things about us.
It's been a great journey. What we've realized is that while everybody looks at B2C, nobody looks at B2B. The pain point a workshop goes through in setting up my vehicle, good to go for the road. And hence, since I had a lot of experience there, I said that we need to solve the issue that a workshop faces. And hence, Romy and I got together to set up a platform that works as a super app for these workshops. They need spares, it's there at the doorstep. They need insurance, they need diagnostics. They need a platform that helps them grow their business better. And that's what we got together and built.
Thank you, Prashant. Samir. Samir, I think he's a man of many talents, right? He has something what we call multifaceted, multi-specialist or whatever. I think he's all over the place. We've booked him like 3 months in advance to attend this event. So, and he said, how long is the event going to take? I said, why? He's saying, I have another meeting. I said, when? He said, 12. I said, not happening. Please stay. And here he is. Samir.
No, I have been chasing Joes for a year to come to this event. But thanks for the great introduction, Romy. Now, I think a lot of us started our entrepreneurial journey, and I'll tell you why we started up Charger, because that's what the whole ride is about, inspiring students and young minds to become job creators rather than job seekers. So Charger came about when early 2019 my best friend who used to, if any of you guys are familiar with Bangalore's geography, used to stay in BTM and own an electric two-wheeler. This is before EV became a buzzword. One day, he had to go to ITPL, which is 18 kilometers away from BTM. He went there and he couldn't come back. While he was coming back in the evening, his charge ran out in a kilometer or so. That day, he had to push his vehicle for 4 hours. During that 4 hours of ordeal, he begged shops along the way, can I just plug in here and charge my vehicle? I have a portable charger with me. But no one agreed. That day he decided that he doesn't want to ride an electric vehicle anymore. And that day is the day when we decided we need to solve this problem. And we came up with our solution called Kirana Charger. Let me just... So with this small charger, we are, able to transform each and everything around us into a charging station. Be it a small kirana stores, be it, spirits, workshops, small garages, be it apartments. We would have all seen images of Ather owners being forced to drag their vehicles to 5th floors in the lifts. Not all of us have a privilege of having such a big lift. And people are not able to adopt electric vehicles because of that. So we are converting offices, we are converting apartments, we are converting small shops to big restaurants, to small mechanic shops, to malls, everything into a charging station. We are present inside petrol bunks. We are electrifying highways across India. We have already electrified most of the highways in Karnataka itself, and now working in electrifying rest of India as well. And very excited to do this one-of-a-kind journey in one first of its kind motorcycle with one-of-its-kind mentors and John and Gautam, who are taking up this huge challenge, and looking forward to the journey.
Thank you, Samir. Two things. Good things come in small packages. And this is one of a kind because it's one of a kind event. You're doing it the first time. So the next time event, you say one of a kind John or one of a kind so-and-so. This is an interesting company that we've been working with, Potol Raja. I think a social startup. Very few today are social startups. They've been making fantastic impact, especially in transgender employment and making road safety a very key, I would say, value proposition of their business. I'd invite Saurabh to say a few words about his company.
Thank you so much, Romi. So let me tell you what are we going to do in this journey. So we basically said the bike is there, charging stations are there, but do we really have good roads? So the cities that we are gonna go in, we will be fixing a lot of potholes over there as well, promoting that, the sustainable way of road construction using our Potol Raja grid mats, which is made out of 100% recycled plastic. At the same time, as Romi said, there are not a lot of social startups, and in this space, India as a developing nation also, is looking for examples and inspiration. So when we talk about job creator, we are going to do that in multiple colleges as well. So that's something that we are a part of in this journey. So along with two crazy bike riders, there are two crazy drivers that are going to be in this journey. So yes, that's what we are doing.
Thank you, Saurabh. The next partner, he's not been here, I think, but that's a good thing. I think legal always work in the back, right, John? They never come in the front unless we get dragged to court. So I hope all the paperwork and all is sorted.
Absolutely.
But guys, Spice Route Legal is our legal advisor for all our contracts and permissions and so on and so forth. They were not able to be here, but I think they've been here with mind and spirit. We've had long conversations and probably innumerable drafts of MOUs because we all stuck up, guys. Startups have got various things to do. But still, I think thanks to Spice Route Legal, all this has come really, really well tied up. Brigade Reap. John, you're a person of many things. You've done branding, aviation, I don't know, startups, hospitality, hotels. I think also you had a very long stint with hotels. Why suddenly the switch? What excites you for this ride?
Like Saurabh rightly put it, I am a bit crazy, but aren't we all on this
Bit
dais?
is understating it, John.
So we, many years ago, I decided that let's put my experience to getting startups successful. So set up Reliance's accelerator program called GeoGen Next. 5 years there, and then met Mr. Jayashankar and Nirupa, chairman of Brigade, and he said, can you do something for real estate? And you heard Apul's story yesterday on how Brigade Reap has actually transformed technology adoption in the construction industry. And I'm an avid rider. Gautam, my partner at Reap, is an avid rider. We ride 300 kilometers every weekend. And we said it's very, very important to get young minds inspired to actually start up. So we were doing this on our bikes. He rides a Triumph T120 and I drive a Kawasaki Versys. And we started this planning 2 years back. And then COVID hit, planning got stronger, and then by chance met Ranjita and Prajwal, and they said, we rode this bike, fantastic bike, nothing compared to what we ride, but outstanding in that class. And we said, let's make the trip a little more crazier. Can we do it on EVs? And Ranjita said, listen, if you can do this, it'll take away a lot of anxiety from people who want to understand performance of bikes, range of bikes. And then we said we need a support network of charging stations. And at DREEP, we got fortunate to have Charger. And Samir said, listen, I'm in. I will set up charging stations along the periphery of India. And then we said, great bike, great charging, but what happens on spares? And we met Romy. So created a consortium. And then we realized that most cities have no roads. And again, Pratap and Saurabh are at DREEP. They said, without batting an eyelid, they said, listen, we'll be a chase vehicle and your pilot vehicle. We'll carry batteries, we'll carry spares, we'll repair roads. And that's how this journey started. So it's a very exciting thing. It's the first time in the world that a consortium like this is coming together. And Jose, in your title, there's a key word called collaboration. I think startups, if they collaborate, India will become the startup capital of the world. So thank you, Romy. Thank you guys for joining us.
You want to talk a little bit about Brigade REAP?
So Brigade REAP is Asia's first PropTech accelerator. Real estate has the least adoption of technology. And we've now, when we started, there were only 15 startups in PropTech. Today, we are proud to say that in our database, we have 2,500. We've mentored 50 of them. You see many of them sitting here. You will have Shampa from Pipaki, Sitlity was in our first batch, Tarun from EcoSTP. We are blessed to have amazing entrepreneurs who, pose their trust in us. A lot of them succeed, few have failed. But we work very, very hard with the promoters to get the business ready and get them scaled. We work on 6 pillars of engagement with them. And we have a tough board who says, listen, you may be an accelerator program, what are your numbers? So the next slide actually, should we plant a tree for every startup that comes our way? And 46 startups came into the program, 40 graduated. In fact, people say that, you guys think your program is more difficult than Harvard, and we say, yes, 2,500 applications, only 50 get in. Of that, 6 don't graduate. We focus on growth, so 323% is the growth in revenue because you have to build sustainable startups. 44% of startups have raised funding, and the cumulative value of these 40 startups is about $110 million. So thank you, Romy. We have...
Yes. Your story has been, I think, over the last few years, very focused on startups, talking about their stories, and I think no better partner than your story to be part of this journey with us. Karan, he covers all the automotive side of the stories on your story, if I'm mistaken.
Yes,
I'm wondering why we've not been covered as yet. But.
So we just started the IP of Auto Story right now for your story. So, and this will be the first one which we'll be covering. So I'm really happy to showcase the journey. So many unicorns coming up. I'm sure the next entrepreneur is going to come from colleges.
Awesome. Thank you so much for saying that. John, you may want to probably add a little bit on inspiring students, right? We are looking to get to 25 colleges. How many do we have? How many have reached out to? How many do we
have
need to get?
6 colleges. In fact, was very happy to meet Santosh here, and he's offered help. We want as many colleges on the circuit. In fact, you'd be very surprised to know that the entire website is being developed, managed, maintained by a 10th standard kid who's supporting us from the back. So this whole story is about getting young minds to say, listen, let's create jobs, let's become entrepreneurs. And we've seen a lot of youngsters who, I've mentored kids at 19 years old who've now raising tens of billions of dollars. There's another kid who's going to completely disrupt the Autodesk industry. So kids have one thing that none of us in this room have, and that's freshness of idea and no baggage. So they will challenge even the most fixed algorithms in the world and say, why can't it be done this way? And that's what we want to get into 25 colleges. Those colleges that listed in green are people who've confirmed, XLR has confirmed, Crescent is confirmed, Bangalore, 2 colleges have confirmed, IIM Udaipur is confirmed. So we'll reach out to all of you, any college on the journey. We'd like to only focus on those cities, because that's where we are stopping. Please give us access. All we want from the college is audience, students, auditorium, charging stations, and Sameer has currently consented to set up charging stations in colleges free of cost. We want to get India EV ready in the mind and on the ground.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. I think I've left out two people on this panel. I have fantastic questions for them. Prajwal and Pratap. Guys, Pratap, a little bit of Pratap. He's a fighter pilot. He's educated at Harvard, if I'm right. From there, you've come to the road. What's happening? Why?
I think one needs to be grounded. It can't be always on the high-flying mode, because you will be brought down to the gravity, and I think that's where the real crux and the challenge is. I mean, I was in an interesting place. I worked with a lot of students. A similar question asked in test. You've been in the space of management consulting, education, now coming and fixing potholes. Another very bright answer came from the same group. He's been fixing potholes in minds of the people, now fixing potholes on the roads of the people. Right? Fantastic. So I think the mindset is what brings us together. Each of us are looking towards fixing potholes in the minds of, is my country ready for EV? Is a pothole in the mind. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to fix. Am I ready to be an entrepreneur? Is another pothole. Can we fix that? And that's the ride. I think it's also craziness about, can we do 50 cities, create a record? I think that's the craziness that brings ones down. I think this group is what is inspiring enough to push that limits, and that's the great journey that we are looking forward.
Fantastic, Pratap. Thank you so much for that. Prajwal, how are you, man?
Good, man.
Okay. Prajwal is mechanical engineer and a PhD in aerospace material. You should have joined, what's the new one of Tesla, man, in Bangalore, in India? SpaceX or something, or NASA. Why the bike? It doesn't fly yet.
Why not? So what really drove us is about how everyone is talking about sustainability, about new materials, etc. And the way we started doing motorcycles was actually, when we were doing the commutes to office. I used to work in the aerospace industry in India, in Bangalore, and daily commute was on a motorcycle. Terrible pollution. And then we were saying we had to do something about this. So we actually started by scouting around 4 motorcycles that we could buy off the grid, because definitely motorcycles is one of the major transport modes in a country like India, which is population dense and land scarce. So when we looked around, the only bike we found was in the US, Zero Motorcycles, and that thing back then I think is 2014 would have cost us around 20 lakhs a piece. This is not something that's doable in India, so we said we should do that. Why not?
Thank you, Prajwal. In fact, these two from Orha, they even ride, or rather drive, an electric vehicle. And I asked them, why are you doing that? He's saying, if I don't believe it here, I can't believe it here. So I think we've been inspired by all this entire team here. I think, guys, see you on the ride, man. I think we have a very exciting next 6 months. Let's see how this goes, and let's connect whoever can add stuff. I think this is good. Our website's just launched today. We are looking to get connected. There's one slide which needs to show up. See you on the ride again for the next 6 months. I think we have a long, exciting thing. Our website is launched. We are looking at collaborations in other things. So I think reach out to John or anybody else on this panel. Happy to connect and take this forward. Thank you so much, everybody.
Please stay there only. Wait. So can you put up that map again with the ride, because that's important. Just so I just spoke to Sham. I said we'll not do a Q&A here, okay? For this panel, we'll have a photo op and then we'll move. So now this is the summary of the journey. So I want to, ask all of you something. Please take a photo of this if possible. You'll also find screenshot online because the whole summit is live streamed. Second request, instead of talking here, that's why I'm stopping the panel only for this panel. You have to talk about it online, okay? Because we have to become smart and we have to know where the leverage is highest. So please, whatever you want to ask now, tag this website of the EV ride, Bharat Mala, and tag the guys here. You know all of them. You know their names. I and they have public profiles on LinkedIn, Twitter, and all that. Your story is almost too public, let's say. So please tag them, ask your question there, get the Twitter storm going, and I'm sure that if we all put our little bit together, it will look like a lot. So guys, thank you so much. This is a really bold undertaking, and we are really happy that at TIA Summit at the 5th edition, last year was digital, this year we'll take this conversation digital, because I think that is where most of our young people are. You know, they all have their gadgets and they're spending a lot of time on digital media. So we need to create this buzz. And the other thing that I want to also say is they're looking for collaborators along this journey path. So details are available because they're at the stall. So any college that would like to collaborate and help them make a pit stop and so on, most welcome. Any company that would like to have branding on the shirts that these guys are wearing, most welcome. Any startups that would like to do some special events when they do a pit stop, most welcome. And anybody else with any other ideas, most welcome. And if anybody wants to copy, also most welcome. If you want to add anything, John.
So there are many avid bike riders across India. They've asked me, hey, can we join you midway? Any of you want to join us midway? Please. Some people from Bangalore are riding with us to Mangalore. They're coming back to Bangalore. Some people are riding with us from Chennai to Ongole. They're coming back. So any of you avid motorcyclists want to join us midway, please do. The Northeast is a fascinating place. We want to make sure that youngsters there get inspired. So by all means, support us. This is the first of its kind in the world. It's adventurous. Today there is a lot of nervous energy amongst us, a lot of excitement. The clock is ticking. Feb 4th is not far. So wish us luck.
Yeah.
I trust the bike and I trust the Aura team.
Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.